Hi, it's me. Doesn't always work with my Internet Explorer. Everything on with that. I don't understand it, the webcam of mine, but it seems to be working now. Let's get this quest up and running. This is Bobcast, the real pre-build of mine. Today's events, the long anticipated conclusion of the chessmaster saga has begun with Black King's decoy. It is finally time to find out where Radicast is being kept, as Kuna makes her next move. Both sides of this conflict are met with an unexpected development that sets off a new series of strategies and counters. And there's supposed to be a gold XP boost until June 2nd. Black King's decoy. Holiday Seal house guards are 25% off. Around Black Friday, they're 50% off. But if I see any guards, I'll consider snapping them up with this character. And then there's a Z token bonus as well. An extra 30% bonus Z tokens. Okay. The numbered beast, dangerous creatures with an innate attunement to the elements scattered throughout lore and seemingly served in different forces, each force to be reckoned with. They secretly carried out the commands of a hidden master. One day this master went silent. The surviving beasts were left without orders. While this fed their secrecy, creatures of purpose grow restless without direction. Perhaps that is why they readily rallied to their replacement. Under this new guidance, their numbers were replenished and revealed the nature of their attunement, resonance with the prime elemental orbs which they were sent to seize. With their diminished numbers replenished, it took great effort to keep from seizing all A. But it would not end there. Not only did this new chessmaster know of a secret ninth, the orb of creation, but of an apparent tenth, an orb that should not be, a mirror of the devourer's power, an artifact of uncreation. This looks like could be a really good reward I could win. It was by the words of the entropy that the orb's existence was confirmed to the chessmaster, as he strong-armed his way into helping to acquire it, and so the master of the numbered beast turned her attention to Radagast, the Knights of Order. With Camus' help, the hero finally traced his disappearance to an ally, Kruna. Exposing Radagast and his order as guardians left in place by the Galen, she tried to pry the secrets of their weapons from him. And yet it was entropy who suddenly wielded the power of uncreation. How deep does this betrayal run, and how far does it reach? The answer begins where the tale of the orbs does, Darren. What, mistress? The orb is gone. Wait, I feel a fire orb, but it's not clear. The knight didn't lie. He can't have fooled me. No dragon, that cursed shadow of a man. Prepare to move. It can't be. Without warning, treachery, counter it. I can't. This is my lord's power. What is the meaning of this? This isn't the action of the Galen, but it is his power. I'm afraid this escapes even me. The knights can only intervene if something interferes with the test, and they have certainly not just done so. One among the rank is missing. Could a single key be subverted to this end? Radagast does not have the makings of a traitor, nor could he overcome the orders if he did. As of his weapon, not easily. The weapon would have to be cut from connecting to the others. It would need to think that it's the only surviving key. The others would have to be unable to register the presence of the orbs and stop it. If this failsafe is somehow bypassed, there's only one place the orbs could be taken. The deep is the only safe place for them in that scenario. The Dawnstone path is in danger. If they know the knight's keys, we have to assume someone is aware of and pursuing all the orbs, even the Anunnaki construct. My liege, orbs are being sent out from all the keeps. The prime vaults are empty. Vault 0 is the only one undisturbed, but still having difficulty keeping up secrecy throughout the surrounding skirmishes. So it's exactly as we feared. Someone has recalled the orbs to the reservoir of creation. I'll see to it that security is increased further around the 10th. Ice Dragon. There we go. Wind, ice, and water. Turbo shield, fine. Now we do fire. Here's my SP each turn. It's melee. Just checking, because I'm melee too. Did a bit more damage to me than it should have. Turbo shield isn't perfect. Wind, ice, and water. Well, it's evenly balanced, I guess. Oh, didn't I? What if I... What on earth was that about? Oh, Camus, I'm here. Sorry, that was my bad. I told them maximum security. Yikes. Good thing I have Bobcat's insurance. That they'll be fine. They signed up for it anyways. You have what? Never mind, I got here as best as I could. I just wasn't expecting to get jumped by Sullen and Deadly back there. Why do you have dragons signing up to guard your entrance all of a sudden? I'm an arcane scientist with opposable thumbs. I'm revamping my entire world and security guard away after what we learned. So I wasn't about to turn down help from a few acquaintances who needed a favor. You have a dragon acquaintances coming all the way willing to work for you? Well, I'm an arcane scientist with opposable thumbs. We're specifically working in exchange for a favor from you. I mean, well, yes, fair enough. It's just, I think news of your skills are starting to travel faster than news of your collateral way. Anyways, catch me up. Did you find a lead on Radagast? I wish I'd found a lead. I only managed to scry on him after filtering out the interference from the security I made from Camp Corona. That's not something you can do subtly. I got cut off, so I tried something else. I ran pings for the same system in place as related to numbered beast activity. Didn't find anything for a while, but when I tried the place that the rumor to come from, it's all over the middle aisles. She completely fooled us. She had some really suspicious movements, sure, but I thought she was just troubled. Friendly enough to put through a lot. How many of those did you make for her? One, she's an incredible enchanter to be able to set up so many copies. If she couldn't create them in the first place, there's no time to check places that we can't scry on one by one. Though Eleanor? All set, glad you made it. We're scrambling to find these locations. Some might be decoys or traps. One of them likely holds Radagast. But I guess you and I will investigate for the most isolated one. Fair warning, rushed teleportation like this isn't exact. We don't have a prepared arrival point, only a lead on where to go, so we might wind up in, well, I'll spell you the menu. Hold still. Energy works well enough, so I'll change to that. It can mimic its prey, that's why it's called a something. Interesting. I'm still kind of dressed for the occasion. Of course, Chieftain Zion Thorn again. I can still make well-pre build work. We're much further south of Black Lake than planned. That's too close to risk another teleport. We'd best continue on foot. It'd be better not to expand more major magic and be detected prematurely. We don't know what kind of time pressure we're on, but that's fair enough. That said, points for keeping your cool. That's some serious pose, but do you need a hand getting out of there? No. Yes. Mistress, we have to do something now. Why are you so calm? I'm thinking I know exactly what we have to do next, but we need to stop for a moment. We've just learned a lot about our enemy. Now that their trap has finally been set off, I don't want to walk into another. Enlighten me, what did we just learn? I don't mean to doubt you, but we just lost the prime orbs. If Trellin pulled some trick and Darren has them all now. They don't. They have none of the prime orbs, and I believe they just lost the 10th. You were studying the enchantment in real time, and it went off. Yes, Pops taught me well, but most importantly, he taught me to pay attention. When that mysterious manipulator offers help, it's obvious that there's a catch. With how forceful Entropy was, I immediately assumed that he might hijack our walk. In case the worst came to pass, the best I could do was watch the effects to deduce the dragon's own plans. So what have we learned? He knows how the weapons of the Knights of the Gallon relate to the prime orbs. He knows there's a 10th and said that these weapons can be used as keys to uncover it. That was a lie. There is an unlocking enchantment, but it was sort of a summoning spell that activated when I used it. Something able to recall all the prime orbs defeats the whole point of the test. Unless it's a failsafe, how would he know? We know he has a royal Nen intelligence. In convincing human form, we've just ensured the 10th orb would have its guard increased. That is it. His eyes are forming on Darren's deepest secrets, but he was missing one detail. We just ensured he'd notice where the orb of uncreation is, and that we'll take the fall. They'll be coming after us with full force. Even civil war will be a small priority compared to recovering the prime orbs. If they think we have them all. That's most likely the idea. Yes, that is why we're moving now. Even without the orbs, there's only one place they could be recalled that would be closed even to the champions in its own end game. Entropy is counting on our common enemies to remove us, because he cannot do it himself. Well, the reason he even has the orb of uncreation, so moving us from time is impossible for him. To that end, he likely counts on us being on the defensive, but as we've just learned, it's harder to stay 2 steps ahead when there are more players than you realize. Let's talk to the little knight. I was not dressed for the occasion. Interesting, cozy sweater mount. Well, this is water, so right, now I can get come at it with all I have. It only takes maybe 3 hits to kill it. We're nice and water. Fungi isn't very predictable. I know this for a fact. He either does wind, he either does earth. That can't be predicted. He's weak to energy. Might be able to kill him next turn. What's a sizzler? Yeah, it's a whip-off of Minecraft, that's it. It's called a sizzler for that reason, because it sizzles. Sizzler is the funnest one there is. Says it's weak to light, so Ragnarok then. It seems there's nothing left for you to do, Knight. You weren't exactly forthcoming. Well, I'm bad at chess. So you say, we'll call it a draw. However, there are going to be many more parties searching for you now, and this new security won't last long against that. We must hurry. There is movement in the jungle. I thought Chrono was our friend. We can't have you tracking us. It's the end of the world for you. Gulp. Mistress, should I kill him now? Relax the anti-magic bindings just enough for healing to work. Then leave him a potion. What? We're going. Leave the amalgam to guard him. Can't he stabilize that? If not him, then his friends. He'll save us strength. Make sure the children are at the safe house before bringing that anywhere near the town, then we'll leave. We have a common foe, little comedian. Your friends must know all about it by now, or they will soon. You must have been setting up so many movements in the past to be able to affect them from the present. all to ensure the movements couldn't be undone by the Pantheon. But I wonder what a god without a connection to the orb could do. With the right information, if not him, perhaps his chosen. Why are you telling me this? Because in using you against me, Entropy has given me an opportunity to use you against him. If that's how he moves, there might be other loose ends turning against him. I'm sure even you can find a few. Man, that lady has issues. It looks like someone was restoring it. Camus, is this where you found your ward? Or at some old village? We've done some scouting and there's tracks leading in all directions, but no movement. Let me check where you are. Might take a minute. Yes, that's exactly it. Curious, this is a lot like what the others are finding. You said this is uninhabited? Yes, there might have been all sorts here recently, but it's empty now. The buildings are old, in the middle of repairs. It was hard to notice, and we brought the urge to leave, like at your lab, but Calamar stopped it. Weird, that's the opposite of what they're reporting. Small settlements, shelters, some adults, lots of kids, lots of goat animals, systems like mine guarding those entire areas. Kalanio? I can barely see the details from the amount of complex walls, but they're not being obscured or turning us away. There was something else in there now that the cognitive filter can't handle. It's destabilizing the walls, and nobody's adjusting them to compensate. That stinks of a trap, but it's also way too obvious. Let's investigate carefully. No traps, no guards, no sense. I keep expecting each room's walls to be hiding some trap in the next room, but wait, this is barred from the outside. The worst of the interference is in that direction. Kalan EO, is that you? I can smell the strictness from here. Get me out of here. But I guess you're looking surprisingly healthy. I'm glad to see you. Not to me to explain. Coronat was behind the beast. They really like her, and she's the daughter of their original master, and they read like the orbs because they're made for them, and watch out for the guard. Whoa, slow down, what guard? I don't know. Actually, I can't cast anything in here, not even magic detection. They healed me up and said they posted a guard, but I haven't seen one. Oh no, Jacques. Full, too full. It's tearing apart inside. Noise. I'll kill the anti-magic field. Don't drop your guard. Guard home. Poor Jacques, I'm now fighting a friend. At least he can't hit me. There's only one way to beat a monster such as this. You keep panicking him. Have an idea. Do I shield? Keep an iron thorn. What else? Let's do the skills. Runic binding last. Does it say that he is, well, then I can't do freedom right now, or shadow fatal pendant at the moment, so my best move is to do runic binding. Back to doorway again. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Do I want to also add a tropo shield to the mix? Well, I don't understand how this monster even works, but I got backlash damage. Well, does it say that I don't know how to still beat conduit, for instance. Well, I'm gonna have to cheese him then, and keep attacking with Blade of Awe till a weapon special goes off. I really don't know how this messed up monster was even supposed to walk. want his effectiveness to be 0, so I'm going to keep... Man, this is a slow... This is a 20-turn battle. This monster's so dangerous, I just can't let him live. Down to 0, I'm going to heal up again. You know what would be even smarter? Ally assist at this point. This monster's just too dangerous and I can't figure him out elsewhere. Half the time he attacks with light, the other half he attacks with earth. Am I figuring out a strategy to beat him? I think I am. I don't have... I really needed something. Fine, I'm now light. Takes a while for me to figure out how a monster walks. Then I might be able to beat it. Darkness. retaliating with Earth. Well, I'm beginning to understand how this monster works. I didn't know the first time I went up against him. But I do now. Okay, attacking with water and retaliating with fire. That's something less for me to need to worry about then. Okay, attacking with fire and retaliating with ice. I need to be defensive, I'm afraid, so good. I need finally something I can fight easy enough. go all out in. I don't understand this boss very well. I wish I did. At first I didn't even understand how this boss even was supposed to work. And well, I assessed why could be anyone I want it to be. That's the only way I can get around its retaliation, so that I don't need to heal myself, that I don't need to take what could be 50 turns. That's the only way I could figure out beating this monster. Because why not? I want it to have a show hole. There. It's quiet. It all next. No, Zoltzbet, what did she do to him? He was imbued with the other elements. And his mind, it's like he was barely controlled until we almost had him. Permanent transformations of any sort are already in extreme fate, but the master of the beast had that figured out. This wasn't just some amalgam of sources of element evocation, though. That would be far too much effort for something so basic and crude. His mental state was closer to what happens when something is casting a very long ritual they can't handle. However, Radagast? I'm sorry I couldn't hold out. I thought I was telling her enough to keep me alive, but she managed to figure it out. She has my key. Fooled it into acting like the full set. She must have all the orbs now. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Cal. Shut up. You have nothing to apologize for. I'm not going to tell you off for something that wasn't your fault. We'll get you to safety, Besides, she can't have the prime orbs or keys never activated. Then she doesn't have any of them. She said we'd call it a draw, that a lot more people would be looking for me, and that she'd somehow use me against a common enemy that did the same to her. Someone who tampered with the past. She was the after an orb that the Gillen isn't connected to. She wanted Bupkis to know that, and that she wants to use us to get in at entropy. Maybe he has it. The 10th orb she must have been fooled into triggering the failsafe, thinking she'd get it. If we're compromised, the prime orbs can only be safe in the deep. Then that's where she's headed. She left a few hours ago. I know I look tired, but we have to chase her. We have to figure the rest out along the way. Bupkis, you're awfully quiet. Are you all right? She doesn't care about secrecy anymore, even if she didn't know it was us spying on her. That makes me suspect she's close to her goal. Something has gone very wrong for her, or both, and then some. There's only one figure I know that could have thrown her off that badly. Now that Erebus is gone, both her and the Shade seem very interested in interfering with someone. It has to be entropy. He supposedly mastered the power of uncreation before, but I suspect he just gained it. On a clearly related note, the two of you are dancing around mentioning something, and it's getting very annoying. So drop the secrets, because the world and my patience are at stake. What is the 10th orb? Fair enough, but we'll have to do better than telling you. We'll take you to those who know best along the way. Come, we must race our enemy to the cradle of the world. That really wasn't easy. Corrupted confluence. This ancient-looking weapon was apparently being studied by Corona. It seems to have been a sabotaged attempt at a high, nigh impossible elemental confluence. Whatever its original purpose, a warrior with mana can fuel its chaotic properties to great effect. Okay, and it's melee. Right thorn bow. Left behind in a secure case with instructions on using it to deter beast approaching a settlement. Its enchantment reduces the piercing power of arrows in order to release spectral thorns that induce panic. And it's ranged. I don't have a ranged one that does panic. That's some really good stuff. A warrior with mana can fuel its chaotic properties to great effect. Okay, it uses MP. I don't seem to understand this. That was all but 3 health potions. I had to use some ally summons and chessmaster attraction, Black King's decoy, and leave.